In this section, we'll talk about how you can be better prepared for emergencies by building your very own pet-friendly first aid kit at home. I've included a printout of items that I think are essential to include in your pet first aid kit. You can print out this list from your lecture material and then go through and check off items to make sure that you're always well stocked. I recommend keeping this checklist and also your kit in an easily accessible place such as the kitchen. First up, you should include your veterinarian's telephone number and opening hours over weekdays as well as weekends. If your veterinarian doesn't provide their own after-hours service, you should include the telephone number and driving directions to the nearest veterinary emergency centre. Also include the numbers for animal poisoning hotlines in case of toxin or poison ingestion. I've included the numbers for the US, UK and Australia in your printout, but a quick Google search should help those of you living elsewhere. You should also include as many medical records as you can, including proof of vaccination, disease and medication history, to help emergency vets in the diagnosis of possible causes of the emergency. You're also going to need something to transport your pet. Boxes or pet carriers work well for smaller animals, and stretchers or large blankets are good for bigger dogs. If you have a dog, it's a good idea to include a spare leash as well, but note, only ever use them on dogs capable of still walking. Include a couple of small and large towels too. These are handy when transporting your pet, mopping up any fluids, covering their heads, and keeping them either warm or cool if you wet them down. Include a foil emergency blanket to keep pets warm and for use in shock patients. A couple of ice packs should also be included for burns or swellings. Obtain a pair of blunt-ended scissors with no pointed end so that you can safely cut your pet's bandages without risk of injury to them. For your own sake, it's a good idea to keep a large bunch of disposable gloves in case you ever need to mop up yucky items like vomit, diarrhea, or blood. You should also purchase a couple of vials of sterile saline solution, as well as some large, plain-bodied syringes without any needles. You can purchase these from drugstores or the local veterinarian. These can be used for flushing wounds and eyes. I also recommend purchasing some antiseptic lotion or spray, being sure that they contain the active ingredients of either chlorhexidine or iodine. Other agents can be quite damaging to wounds and your pet's skin. These can be used to disinfect open cuts and abrasions. We're also going to have to include some dressings. Purchase some plain cotton swabs in order to pad bandages and clean wounds. Also purchase a pack of sterile, absorbent, non-stick gauze. These are designed to have either one or two shiny surfaces so that when you place them on the wound, they don't stick and cause further tissue damage. I really love these self-clinging bandages as well. You can get them from either local drugstores or even your veterinarian. You can see they stretch quite nicely, and they're designed so that when you wrap them around limbs or wounds, they'll self-adhere, thereby not tangling in any fur. Some cotton or synthetic gauze roll is also really handy to have, again in order to wrap limbs or wounds, and even to use as a muzzle, which I'll show in a moment. So I'm going to show you quickly how to make that muzzle out of the gauze roll that we mentioned. Place the gauze at the top of their muzzle, form a cross underneath their chin, then pull the bandage up behind their ears and tie a bow. Very nice, Delilah. You're also going to need something to take your pet's temperature. I recommend purchasing either a specific fever thermometer or one designed for animals. Because temperatures need to be taken rectally, it's important to use a water-based lubricant and obtain some alcohol wipes in order to clean the thermometer afterwards. Include a pen light or other small torch that can be used to examine your pet's eye reflexes in cases where you may be concerned about their level of consciousness. I also recommend including either glucose syrup or a bag of jelly beans that can be dissolved in water. This is especially important for diabetic patients or where you're concerned about low blood sugar. A small amount of the fluid can then be placed in your pet's mouth, which can instantly raise blood sugar levels and have them feeling better again. Also include specially designed tick removers if you live in a tick area, and tweezers